Alright, this is the second of the 2 maps we played on this day. This is the, this is Rialto. This is another 3 to 4 loss when it's all said and done. But we should hopefully be... there still should be a lot to hopefully learn from this one. So right off the bat, we know they're running the monkey hog, which is a very weird composition. We get their Moira super early, so this is just very poor play by them, and we should be able to just push the cart for free right now. They're down 1. Echo's here on this flank, trying to make some space. The hog was looking for a hook, but we denied that. Our hog gets double teamed, but we should still be alright. Their hog's still very low. We lose our mercy as well to the monkey in the back line, but their monkey died for that, which isn't really very good for him. So our Echo's just around spamming damage. They have the Echo up above us. We're not aware of where their Echo is at the time, but it's okay. Our Echo's doing a ton of damage on their front line. Their Echo's all by themselves. They do get our Orisa, but we turn around to try and kill her. We should be able to finish her off. Yep, we get the res off as well. The monkey jumps in. This is okay. So we're not really playing monkey a lot right now, but I do want to point this out. When you play monkey, one of the biggest kind of mistakes you can make is you put your bubble down, and then he jumped in. What you want to do is have your bubble so that when you jump in, you put your bubble down, and then you can shield dance with the bubble to keep yourself alive for longer until you can jump back out. So if you've used your bubble to protect your team, you can't use it to protect yourself if you dive in immediately afterwards. So we kill their Lucio. Chasing their bobbin. They're able to clean this fight up, which is good on them, but we didn't use any ultimates for it, so we'll have 6 ultimates going into this next fight.
What's your language?
And they had to use Bob. Actually, I guess they only used Bob to win that fight. So we use our hog ultimate to kill their monkey very early. We lose our Orisa, but we get the res off. Our monkey is low, our roadhog is low. We kill their Junkrat. We get a hook on their Moira, but she does get the fade off after the beat is able to save her. So they use their bongo. Hog gets killed. Mercy gets killed. They should be able to burn everyone down with this. Damage boosted Coalescence does a ton of damage, so they're able to win that fight. They get a team wipe. But the only ultimate we used for that was Hog Ultimate and Coalescence, so we still have 4 ultimates going into this next fight. They're not nearly that close to that many ultimates. So we should invest multiple. Their monkey dives in again and dies again. We should invest multiple ultimates into this. We lose. Okay, so we lose both our Mercy and our Echo to the Moira here, which is kind of unfortunate. Which was 2 of our ultimates that we were kind of part of our win condition. But we were able to clean her up still. So we should just be waiting, I guess, then. These people to come back. I like this Reaper teleport in. Your intention is to... Okay, so when we call this out, we need to make sure we have a Orisa shield when we do this. Because when you push in like that, it only really works for you to teleport into them and use your Death Blossom if our Orisa then does the same thing. If our Orisa pushes in here and claims this new area of space while you're back here, Death Blossoming the enemy team. Because if you're just in there alone, they're going to be able to respond to you. They're going to have 1 or 2 people turn around and deal with you. Whereas in our situation, they have Bob again, so they throw Bob back in. So we throw the Death Blossom in on their... We get their Lucio with it, putting tons of pressure on both their tanks with it. They put a Junkrat tire up from high ground, and he's just waiting. He's just trying to find a target to go on, which is the Orisa for him. So he gets the Orisa. It's just Bob and Monkey on point right now. The Junkrat's pretty close by. We put ultimate on to kill their, to keep their Moira off point. So we use our Echo ultimate to become Junkrat. I like this choice. And we're just trying to fight that Junkrat. So we go back towards point to try and put some more spam damage in. And we should, yeah, you're definitely just kind of trying to play this like it's a Junkrat, which is the good way of playing this. And it's unfortunate, and you don't get your ultimate, you don't get your Riptire off it. That's fine, honestly. You still made a ton of space playing at the Junkrat there. So as long as, that's the thing, the main thing is we need to, as long as we're getting value out of playing the Junkrat, as opposed to, like, because the new cooldowns you have just for doing that, I think it's still pretty valuable. We get their Junkrat. And we're still pushing the payload. We lose our Echo to the Martyrdom, which is unfortunate, but we have the res for that, so it'll be fine. Their Monkey's back in again. They get a very large pull on us. We pop our Bongo though. They pop their Bongo. We hook their Orisa. We kill the Orisa. Kill the Bongo. Their Monkey's in our backline. Their Moira's in our backline. Throwing damage in. They get our Bongo. We get their Moira very low. They kill our Moira. But we lose our Mercy to the Dynamite. But it's just their Hog and their, or not their Hog. It's just their Lucio and their Monkey on point. So their Pharah's back now. But they C9 lol. We get their Monkey. They have Pharah up in the sky now. Which is a good pick by them. We don't have any hit scan right now to play against that. So we're going to use Reaper Ultimate early this next fight. And then we want to switch to an Ashe or something, or a Soldier. We get their Orisa, who's very much out of positioning. And we get their Pharah quite low. So yeah, so I like both these plays with the Orisa and the Hog here, just playing far forward. We get the cleanup off of that. We lose our we lose our Echo, but we're able to res it up almost instantly. Where is their Fire then? If she was able to do that, she got away, didn't she? Or did she die or something? No, I don't know where she went. Okay, she's up above us here. So we pop the Reaper ultimate on the support line, which is huge picks by the Reaper here. They've got a Monkey in our back line, which we use the Hog ultimate to kill, and they've got a Pharah who's still up behind us, which we get pretty low with the Hog ultimate. So clean her up. And yeah, we should just keep rolling the point forward. They don't even, the Bob retouches, which is okay. We hook the Bongo off. It's just Ashe on point. We clean that up. So that's really well played by us. They swapped to the Zarya now from the Hog, while keeping the Pharah. They're also not pocketing the Pharah, so she isn't getting too much value. So we get a hook on their Soldier very early. Their ball jumps in, but we all pretty much turn around to get him. Where is our Reaper? Where's our Weepa? What's he doing? Okay, he's in the back line. That's actually a good play by him. He gets their Lucio. So they're down their main support, but they have Moira for heals still, right? Yeah, they're using Coalescence as well. Okay, so we lose our Reaper, which is unfortunate. They've used the Fire ultimate up above, which gets should get both our support ultimates, unluckily. But our Orisa does survive it, and the Echo kills the Fire for it. So overall, that was just pretty well played by them. The Reaper jumps in for whatever reason, he dies. We just keep pushing this payload. So we're gonna get it very close, but I think I would think with respawns they should be able to recontest this. We put the Bongo down though. I like this Bongo placement. This is a really good place to put it. Okay, we adaptive circuit into the Lucio. I think you said you wanted to do this to try and control boops. But I'm not really too sure that was the best idea. So let's see if we can farm Sound Barrier at least with this, as we have this extra healer now. Because obviously there is a way to play that properly with the Lucio, and it would be to play it like it's a real Lucio. and try and farm Sound Barrier and keep the team alive with Sound Barrier. So I think the reasoning for making that switch is wrong, but I don't necessarily hate the switch, especially the fact that we were down both supports. It could have been useful. So we popped the Coalesce to try to win this fight, but they've already won. So they slowly clean us up. Mercy's last one alive. And they're able to kill our Mercy. No, oh yeah, they do. Alright, so we're just waiting for respawns now. Everyone's back. Waiting for the Mercy to catch up. We get their Lucio because they're playing stupid forward right now, which is a really poor play by them. They'll lose third point because of that. Their fire is up above us again. We hook the Pharah. We kill the Pharah. We get the Death Blossom. I think my only real problem with the placement of this Death Blossom is they were all, so it was like 1, 2, and 3 here, and we pop our Death Blossom here. So we have the edge of the blossom is hitting 1. Whereas if you had just, because they're all going to be holding S, which means you walk faster than them. If you had walked into them and been here when you popped your Death Blossom, it would have been harder for them to escape this AoE of the damage. So I think the Death Blossom is just a bit early, and that's why they're kind of able to escape it. But it does still put a ton of pressure on them. It still forces them to use ultimates to try and survive that. They use the Coalescence, and it doesn't work. They pop the Bongo, but the Orisa is dead already. We kill their Bongo. Their Reaper's on our backline on our Mei here, but we should be able to turn around for that, which we do. We kill him, kill their Lucio, and we go to cap point. Pharah's back, but she's up in the sky, so she's not contesting the point that much. Their Moira's back, their what's his face is back, and we cap, which is huge. So we cap with 17 seconds left on the clock, which is infinitely better than having no time because you actually get another attack. It's lagging out now. That's kind of weird. Hello? Alright, yeah, just took a second to load up. That was kind of weird. What the heck? Did I press the wrong button or something? Oh, I did, yeah. Alright, so let's see. This is where we engage for the first time. This is us on our... Oh, no, sorry. This is our defense. This is a really well-played defense by us, I think. At least, especially this first point, we do a really good job on this. Or I think I might be thinking a second attempt. I think I'm thinking a second attempt defense. This is still, I think, good. I don't remember, though. So yeah, we're just spamming damage in right now. We kill their Moira again right off the bat. Their Ashe almost falls off the map there. Their Monkey dives forward by himself, but he has the shield with him this time. But I think he still might even get melted here. Yeah, he does. There's a Reaper above us, so yeah, this Reaper is what causes us the most problems throughout this. We get hit by a big dynamite. We have Moira heals. We should be okay through that. Our Sigma's just putting pressure on the payload right now. And this Reaper rotates behind us. So we're not aware of him yet. And yeah, so he's going to walk right up on the Mercy before he starts shooting. Or the Orisa, whoever he chooses to shoot. So there's a Reaper behind us. We should be able to try and turn around for him much faster. Yeah, he gets nothing. So yeah, that's exactly how we should have played that. He came behind us, we saw him, we all turned around and we killed him. Sigma's here putting pressure on the payload again. They use the boop, they do get him off the payload. And our Echo gets low, but we should have the heals to keep her up. Okay, so this pull was really big. I don't think it was really intentional by the Orisa to do it in the way that it happened, but because of that, Winston is hitting all 5 targets at the same time. So he's getting a ton of cleave damage in, which is speed passing him through his ultimate. We're playing with both shields here as well, which is kind of a misplay. I think it's more the Sigma trying to hold point and the Orisa trying to stabilize. So the tank line just not being on the same page of where we want shields to be is the problem there. Overall, the Orisa shield would be the one we'd keep up to start with, and then we go to the Sigma shield. But the Orisa shield we would have wanted to be further forward. So they swap to the Bastion. They kill our Moira with the Reaper in the back line. He has to use Wraith to get out, though. And we get the res off. So it's perfectly fine. They swap to the Diva from the Buggy. We pop our Coalescence. I think if we were to pop this Coalescence, the thing we'd want to do with this Coalescence is we'd want to push forward again. We want to try and retake this corner with the Eraser Shield. So we should coordinate when we're using this Coalescence, so that way we can push forward with it, because just they have a lot of like ways they can break the line of sight with the payload. Even though we are pretty much able to clean this fight up. Let's see, with the Coalescence, Sigma starts pushing up. We should all be pushing up on this to try and win this fight like this. They have a Bastion. Now he sets up in this corner. Weird choice by him. Sigma goes to kill him though. They pop the beat. It's a solo, or no, they do get the Reaper with the beat. Reaper gets our Mercy. We get their Bastion though. They're pushing forward. They have the Reaper's getting a ton of value right now. So the Sigma comes back to try and deal with this Reaper. They get the Diva mech back, but we should be able to sustain this fight still. We demech the Diva. The Moira backs out. She should be alright though. The Bastion's back. So this is, I think, where it starts to fall apart. We should, at this point, if we know what their numbers are, we should start backing out. Which we do. Sweep up the Sigma ult on point. It's just putting a lot of cleave damage on them. They're able to heal everyone up through it though, so they should be alright at this point. We put our Bob on point. This is a really good Bob positioning. He's right here with where the tanks are. So he just pressures down the Bongo. They push him back with the Lucio boop, which gets him from killing the baby Diva here. We're damage boosting the Bob. We go for the res on the Moira. I like this res. Their Lucio's just trying to stall, but the Bob's here to kind of put damage on him. The Diva's pushing forward, but the Bob's putting damage on her. She's forced to use all of her defense matrix to get onto the point in the first place. So we should be able to clean this fight up then. So yeah. So overall, this was a really good hold by us. I think they're going to win in this last fight. Alright, there's a Reaper behind us. Yeah. We lose someone to this Reaper. No, we kill the Reaper. Okay, that's really well played by us. Bastion, yet again with this whole shield thing. Trying to do that. We burn him for that. Pop Valkyrie. I don't like popping the Valkyrie here. We don't need this for this fight. We've already won this fight very handily. So it's just kind of a waste of an ultimate. It doesn't really matter though, because it's not like they have either support ultimate going in next fight. But it would have been nice to have still as a response, especially to their Death Blossom. If we had the Coalescence, or not the Coalescence, but if we had the Valkyrie to respond to the Death Blossom, that could keep us alive for a bit longer, which would give us time to kill the Reaper.
60 seconds remaining.
But yes, they have one fight left. We kill their monkey. The Reaper's up above us. Are you aware of him yet? Yeah, okay, the Echo's aware of him. We chase forward. He uses Wraith Form. I think when he uses Wraith Form like that, for the Echo, it's probably better to just back up, which you do. They're still running this Bastion for whatever reason. So their Reaper rotates back up on this high ground. And jumps on our Ashe. They run the Bastion. The Bastion gets the Ashe, which is unfortunate. We're keeping shields up through this, though. We pop Sigma ult again, which puts pressure on their Lucio, which puts pressure on their Moira has to use Fade, and their Monkey. They have to use Beat to keep everyone alive through that. It's a really good beat by them, though. They use their Reaper ultimate here on our backline. So yeah, they're just going to invest. They're probably pretty much all their ultimates to win this fight. The punishment for this is kind of that we'd used Valk for the previous fight, and then we were uncoordinated with our ultimate usage on this fight. So they were able to get more value out of their ultimates than we did on this fight, because we staggered them in a way that didn't make sense. And we none of them really got kills. The Sigma ult just forced the barrier, but with the barrier they then played aggressive, which puts them ahead on tempo. They get our Ashe really early with this Reaper. And we're not able to go up for the res, so we have to back out. The Monkey's here trying to body block the Orisa. Kill the Monkey though. And now that they have this Bastion set up on point, once we try and demech this Diva, we get her very low. We do get the demech. Alright then, so now that we have Bastion on point, we see that, and the point's turning the corner here. Oof, we lose our Moira. But the play here is to drop on the payload. But we're very staggered in our drop, and then the Mercy is behind, the Ashe is behind. Bob comes back though. Bob should be able to help us with this point though. I like this Bob positioning again. He was with the Orisa. The Orisa had to back up, so he's not getting as much value as he was before. But, and then he gets pushed away, but he should still be getting, he's still controlling a lot of area right now. Bob is still controlling a lot of area, and the supports who try and turn back this way are getting pressured by the Bob. It's just their supports on point now. We pop the Valk. I don't like this Valk either. This was a one fight. We don't need Valkyrie here. They pop their Primal, they pop Coalescence. So now that they know our Valkyrie's gone, they pop 2 ultimates that we can't sustain because we don't have the ultimates to sustain them because we don't have Coalescence yet ourselves. The Monkey uses most of his Primal to get the... Yeah, he uses pretty much all his Primal just to get the Orisa off point. We swap to the Hog. The Hog is the better pick here because it's anti-dive. Because the hook can really control like what a Winston or a D.Va can do. And then they have this Bastion as well. Our Mercy gets burned down by the Moira orbs. There's a Reaper on our Hog. The hook disconnects, which is unfortunate. D.Va behind our Hog. And yeah, they hope they, in theory, would clean this up on the Hog. Instead, we don't. They don't. So we try and recontest. We put the Orisa shield on the point, so it gets thrown around. They kill our Mercy in the background, and our Orisa is just trying to desperately hold on to point for a bit longer. We hook the Bastion. But we aren't able to clean it up. We just have to use our...
Adaptive circuits
So we swap to our Reaper on this ultimate. I like this Echo ultimate overall, but I think it's probably a lost fight still.
Reaper.
Yeah, you're probably going to get burned down by this Bastion. Yep. And then the same as your Echo. Yeah, and we pop the Coalescence trying to make this fight winnable, but it really isn't. So it's unfortunate we're using a lot of ultimates here for this fight. So they cap pretty close to overtime a second time. So overall, we were holding better than them, but it was always that last fight where they had a lot of ultimates banked up that they end up winning fights. And going into this last fight, they have everything but Primal Rage, so they're pretty set to win this fight. The D.Va pushes forward, but I don't think she's that scared because she's just gonna pop bomb when she gets demeched, right? No, she doesn't. Don't know why. She had bomb. She should have used bomb then. We kill the D.Va because of that. So pop bomb, she would have survived. So that was a misplay by the D.Va there. So they put the monkey bubble up to keep their Bastion alive. So we just get rolled here. So we just need to back up again. We put Bob on the point. I don't know. This is a bad use of ultimate. Yeah, this is really bad. I don't like any of this. Yeah, so they make more space with their ultimates than we're able to make with our ultimates, so they win that fight. That was well played by them. So now it's 2 minutes versus 1 minute on us.
Attackers incoming.
So, on our... Oh, what the heck? Their monkey fell off the map before the fight even started, which is kind of weird. How did he do that? What the heck? How did he fall down here? Oh, okay. He literally just messed up walking back here, I guess. So their monkey is already dead. We hooked their D.Va in. She has to use boosters to get out. And we're just pushing forward with the payload. Our Orisa gets very low from the junk spam, but we are able to keep her alive. We lose our Moira to the Junkrat, which is unfortunate. We should be able to go for that res. We don't. And yeah, if we were gonna go for the res, I would have liked to see us have already done the res. But instead we kind of continue to stay with the team and try and push forward more. So we kill their Junkrat. We now go for the res. Their D.Va's in our backline, pushes our Mercy off, but she should be able to fly back in. The Junkrat's over here on the left side spamming damage in. Yeah, and we should just be able to push forward with this. We get the hook on the Lucio, which he was already pretty low, so I guess it doesn't really matter too much. But he falls off the point. So there's just a monkey in this room on the right here with the Reaper. We get their Moira. Hog gets their soldier. We get their monkey. And we're just pushing the payload as far as we can. Because of the time constraint, we kind of just had to keep 3 on point. But I think if we had tried and control staggers here, probably would have been better. So the D.Va's able to run around to the left side here to try and contest point early. We lose our Reaper to their junk spam, which is unfortunate. Lucio is just using boop off cooldown basically. The hook disconnects though. As far as ultimates go, their Junkrat's coming around behind. He's pretty close to Riptire. He's gonna be up on top. We use Valkyrie, but they respond with Visor, which is a really big counter to the Valkyrie. They're able to melt down our Mercy. We kill their soldier though after that, which means we almost have whole hog. Don't know if that matters too much. We use our junk tire. It's just barely too late to kill the Lucio. Okay then, so if we'd hit that tire off, you know, a fraction of a second earlier, we could have stopped both the beat and the Moira from fading. They'd be down both their supports, and this fight would be more winnable than it currently is. So that's unfortunate that they did have the beat to respond to that, and they used the beat in time. Our hog has hog ultimate though. He uses hog ultimate, which might get their Lucio. No, it just pushes him away. Gets their monkey. Gets their Junkrat though. And our hog will die in a second here. The Junkrat. So it's just Reaper on point, just trying to stall. He dies to the D.Va bomb. Which unfortunately that was well placed by the D.Va. And they're able to win that fight from that. So all we have to do is win 2 fights on defense to win this game.
3-3.
Which overall is still pretty good for us. Alright then, so we run this composition. We run the Ashe, we run the Junkrat. So we run basically what we were trying to run before, but we run the Ashe instead of the Reaper, just for the better control if they ran the Pharah, and more high long range damage gets their Bastion lower. So they don't run the Hog at the beginning here. Because of that, we get the Orisa pull, which gets the Sigma. That's a really well placed pull. Gets their Sigma off the point. And then we hog hook the Moira off the point. Their monkey makes the jump on the right here, but they're down 2 already off this first fight. We should want to play aggressive on payload and stop it getting any more progress. So that's what our hog's doing, and our Orisa is putting pressure on with the shield. It's just their Lucio and their Bastion on point right now. We hook the Bastion off the map. It's just Lucio on point. There's a Reaper behind in our Orisa, but he's forced to back out. He uses Wraith form. We kill their Lucio. So this was a really good fight by us. We win that first fight. They're getting pretty... they'll probably actually get 2 fights realistically out of this. So they're running the Hog now. So as soon as we notice they're running the Hog, we all back way up. Our Hog stays away from this because as much as we're greedy and we want to get these hook kills, he wants to as well. And for them, it's much better to get a single kill off of environmental kill than it is for us to get 1. So even if we trade environmental for environmental, they have advantage there because they have the much better spawn for this point. So we just back up and give the Roadhog his space. So our Junkrat has to back out. Our Ashe is playing outside the shield, but she's able to get back with the coach gun. But now, because of the way that our DPS both had to disengage, we really aren't putting too much pressure on their shields right now. Their Bastions here putting a ton of pressure on the shields, but we're not really doing the same. So our Ashe has turned now to put the pressure on the shields. They hit the stun on our Moira. The Bastion gets the Ration and the Reaper together get our Ashe. Our Mercy is going to die to the Reaper here. The Junkrat almost dies to him as well. They get our Moira, they get our Orisa, and they get our Hog. They should be able to clean this fight up now. So our Hog has to go back up. Hog just hides in high ground. She's getting ready to drop on point to try and make sure... to try and stall for as long as possible. Hog dies. They use the Bastion ultimate. We use our Coalescence though. Just try and keep people alive here. I don't know if we have to get this close with the Moira Coalescence. I think you can comfortably stay The Reaper, the Bastion Chase, you can comfortably stay somewhere over here, and because the length of the beam, you can be healing from all the way over there, and you can be healing and doing damage still, as opposed to getting closer, which puts you in a vulnerable place where you have to use your fate afterwards. The Rational Ultimate runs out. They have the beat ready already, and they should, with the beat, they should win that, and they do. So that again was very close for us. It's unfortunate we did end up losing it. But it was a good hold by us on both defenses were really good by us, and it was a good attack by us. That was overall well played, and it was just a couple small plays that they made that were able to make the difference that helped them win the fight or win the game.